Okay, well, we're loaded in to the last game? Well, not last game, last series of the round of 8 of the Olimoleague 178. In the bottom left-hand side of Eternal Empire, in the blue, it's Astrea, the 12-and-a-half-year-old American Protoss, and the top right-hand side, in the red, it is Ragnarok. Ragnarok, probably one of the coolest names ever. But, not gonna lie, Ragnarok will be so much cooler on a Protoss player. Don't tell him I said that. No. Astrea is not actually 12-and-a-half years old, but he's always been known. I think he already started beating up pros when he was like 14 years old. So he's definitely young. I don't know how old he is right now. I'm gonna guess like 19, 18 or 19. But I remember this guy was already pretty much GM when he was like 13 or something like that. It was actually absolutely insane. He's very reputed. His reputation of being extremely aggressive in all matchups. And last time we saw him at the beginning of the stream, he was playing macro games. He was straight up going, mass air. Hold on. Yeah, he went mass carriers versus mech, which is understandable, but he can definitely play those macro games, and we've seen Astrea beat special and stuff like that, so no laughing matter. And I mean, if he's playing in the Olimoleague, that means he's on the Korea server. So no laughing matter. This guy's really good. You know, it often starts like that. It's like people who are really young and aggressive, and then they become like macro gods. So we'll see if Astrea is the next new hope. The American Protoss line. He is the successor to Neeb, except the opposite of Neeb. He's like the most aggressive player of all time. Not of all time, but like if you throw Astrea versus Cats, you're gonna get some wild games. Or like Astrea versus Bly, I would pay to watch that shiz. Well, that would be incredible. Speaking of aggressive, what tech building is Mr. Astrea gonna do? I believe this is gonna be Stargate. Yes, Stargate indeed. No, the thing is, Stargate is one of the most standard openings for the Protoss versus Zerg, but Astrea can always make it aggressive if he wants to. We shall see. Going straight for those adepts, and you're gonna want to use those adept shades to try and scout how many drones are being made. And look, that Ragnarok finally going for that third base eventually. Now, if he was Impact, that base would be almost finished at this point. Because Impact's a mad lad. But yeah, alright, gonna be using that adept to try and go towards the front of Ragnarok's base. Is he gonna spot what he wants to spot? Use that shade. I want to see the... Actually, no, he wants to check the third first. There you go. He barely didn't see it. He actually had to finish the shade there. He does see it, but now he's gonna use that shade to go into the mineral line. How many drones do you have? That's a respectable amount of drones. No all-ins are coming. I am good. I am safe. Probably going to be looking for that third base eventually soon as well. Right now it's already 3 minutes 30. Probably going to drop that down around 4 to 4:30, I'm guessing. And the Phoenix going to be taking care of the Overlords on the map. Where does he go from here? He actually goes for an Oracle behind this. So we're going to see either it being used offensively or defensively to try and get a third base. We shall see very, very soon. Actually supply blocking Ragnarok with that Overlord kill. So not fantastic, although he is drawing like an absolute madman. How many Zerglings does he have? Yeah, he has like 4 Zerglings. Super, super mega greedy out of Ragnarok right now. And even though he's mega greedy, look at that. The pro production out of Astrea, absolutely on fire. He's actually still ahead on probes, despite the fact that Ragnarok has been making non-stop drones and has been cutting links to do so as well. This link, though, just waiting to spot for a third base. And we don't know when that's going to happen. Is he going to pick out this Overlord? That would actually be pretty big. And I do think he can, as there aren't any transfused queens right now. Look at that. He's even going forward just to like mess with him. Because why not, instead of using that max range? Ooh, wait, okay, I thought there was no Spore Crawler, but there is. It's just that it was being blocked by the Overlord. And yeah, definitely don't want to lose that. Only gets 2 kills. That's, I guess, fine, especially since Astrea is still ahead in probe somehow. And that third base is finally going down as well. He's going to apply some extra pressure. Ooh, there's going to get shaded by. And he's going to confirm this with that 1 Zergling. Going to go after that 1 probe. And I mean, as soon as he gets that Rome Probe, that's going to be so much damage to the economy of Ragnarok. No, Astrea's going to be fine with the probe count. Doesn't matter if he loses that too much. But ideally, he would have sent that back to his natural. Doesn't matter too much. All right, so there's going to be, he's going to see a lot of links. Probably not going to finish the shade unless it's an absolute mad. Okay. Unless it's an absolute madman, which, you know what? I would, like, you'll never know if Astrea is going to finish a shade. That's like that is the scariest thing of Astrea. You never know if he's going to finish a shade. In fact, we were watching Zest earlier, and Zest never finished a single shade. It might actually just be a tick. Even when he needs to shade, he's always going to cancel his shade. It might just be ingrained in his system to never commit fully. Even at Glaives, which is only activated upon the completion of shades, but Zest never went for it. All right, we're headed into the mid game with these two players right now, and Ragnarok taking the 4th base. At this point, we'll see what tech he chooses to go for. It looks like it's going to be Spire before anything else. Not even any upgrades so far. Only going to get some Ro8 speedness with some mutas as well. Do I have any Phoenix left on the map? Looks like there is one Phoenix, but he's going to need to get back to those eventually if he wants to deal with those. Oh, that's a real Phoenix, not a hallucinated Phoenix. Okay. If he wants to get back, if he wants to counter those mutas, he's going to have to probably get into making more of those. Look at that. Very nicely positioned Adepts, and I'm not sure if the Lings can take care of this. Yeah, they probably can eventually. But really nice position. This was way more cost efficient than it probably should have been. What are these oracles doing, though? I think they're just stacking energy. They're just getting fat. And they're not going to use it at once. And whenever he feels in danger, he's probably going to lay down some stasis wards. And we shall see from there. Ragnarok is going straight for those Hydralisks. And a couple mutas already here, actually. How many mutas? 7. Interesting. And he's going to see them eventually. He's like, oh, hell, really? Mutas now? Wouldn't you have waited like 30 seconds just for my cannon to finish? That would have been fantastic, but no. That cannon's going to finish. Going to help deterring all of those a lot. Ooh, those Archon shots, though. Ooh, he almost took care of both those Oracles. That would have been actually pretty damn big. And now chasing all of these mirrors is not going to be easy. Eventually, he's going to get them all, though. Ooh, okay. That's a lot of damage. I do like this. He's going for the Oracle. No, he does not get it. He's going to chase these forever. Oh, does he get the Phoenix? No, he does not. Excellent micro out of Astrea. I love it. Very, very so. But you know what? Ragnarok, he went up to 85 workers during that. And he's getting, but Astrea is getting stormed. So he might have a timing here where he will be very strong. As we've said, Ragnarok went for the mass economy and mass tech at the same time. He dumped all of his gas into the mutas and is transitioning into the Hydras right now, getting all of those ability upgrades, but only now are you getting +1 melee. That's the only upgrade he has in Astrea. Is already on +1. Actually, he does have +1 missile. Okay, so that's not that bad. In fact, for the Hydras, that's going to be fantastic, really. And I think that was just a miniature muta transition, but it's not going to last. He's just going to go straight into Hydras from here. Is going to go into Lurkers, though? I'm not too sure yet. I think he's just going to stay on Ling Bane. But that's not going to be fantastic versus all the storms. Yeah, Astrea's going to land those storms on that bad boy. Astrea, though, already going up to the 71. And, you know, look at this Astrea boy going for the macro games. He's not as all-in and aggressive as he was before. He used to, like, one base Immortal Rush against Terran a lot. But no, now, look at that. Macro games galore. Sees the army across the map. He's going to go take the opportunity to go for a small counterattack, taking care of the 2 queens. And that's pretty much the best that he can do. Very nice defense out of Rag. Oh, he doesn't even... no! That was a swipe away. A swipe away. This is open. I would close this 1000% if I was Astrea. Because this is a very strong counterattack path. Even just a pylon and extra gateway, that would be fantastic. But yeah. Ooh, okay. Wait, what was that? Did he try to bile this? No. Okay. He just actually probably caught a warp in there. Oh, that's so many banelings, though. And look at that. That counterattack is going to be so strong. He's going to try and block the sentry, though, with a lot of zealots. But all the banelings taking care of that, using hold position on that Immortal. Gonna be, yeah, securing that low ground. And if he tries to come up, he's just gonna storm them very, very easily. Look at that. Those massive amount of banelings going into the 4th base. That's gonna be forfeit 1,000%. And he's gonna have to storm his way back here. Look at that. These Archons are actually stuck, though, in the main base, as the 4th base is being under siege completely by all these banelings. That's so many banelings right now. Is he gonna get any probes? Looks like no. Is he gonna get the expansion, though? I'd say maybe. Maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me, but no. Use those force fields and those storms very nicely together. And he's going to lose that 4th base, but he's not going to lose his whole army. In the meantime, he's trying to pierce the other side of the map with his Ling Bane Hydra. Those Immortals are in danger 1,000%. He's going to have to micro them properly. Actually bring those Archons from the main base to the main battlefield, and he's going to be able to defend those. In the meantime, though, Ragnarok is trying to counterattack onto the 3rd base at the same time, and he's going to do a lot of damage. All of those High Templar actually go down from those Banelings. That's a massive hit. He's not going to be able to storm those anymore, and that's going to be a really, really difficult hold from there. Oh, man, those Banelings going after those probes, and that's going to be so much damage. Oh, a lot of those actually in the red. Okay. He barely defended that. All right, let's take a look at the soup. Oh my god, let's take a look at the soup ladder right now. It is 180 to 100. Astrea is hanging on by a thread, and he's going to need all the storms that he can get if he wants to have a chance of defending this. I believe this is his entire army. It's 96 army supply to 38. And, yes, GG. And, yeah, Ragnarok takes game number 1 versus Astrea. Damn, dude. That's a massive two-way attack. All right, we're going to head into game number 2 very soon. And we're actually here already. Oh my god, we're already in game number 2. Doing these 2 players. Bottom right-hand side of Triton. In the blue this time, it is Ragnarok. And at the top left-hand side, in the red, it is the Protoss player. Wait, can someone actually look up how old he is? I think he's like 18. You know what? I'm placing my bets. He's 18 years old. It is Astrea. Actually, no. Checking that bet. He's 19. Taking that bet right now. I bet you glory. And the feeling of being right. Anyway, Gateway is going to be at the front, of course, for Astrea. And Ragnarok is going to be going for that expansion first. Very, very standard as well. Triton, the most standard map right now. And you know what? I've always talked about this. The most standard maps ever in terms of like how... Oh, he's 20. In terms of like how he's been... like the ones that stayed a long time. It tends to always go like this. It's vertical layers of bases. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Followed by a forward layer of bases. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fairly in a straight line. Let's just analyze the maps that have had this, okay? Catalyst has had this. Overgrowth has had this, in a way. Heck, which other big maps that were really there for a long time? What was it? I think it was, oh, I forgot the name of the map. It's like a Protoss name. Oh man, they're all like just slipping right now. There's too many maps in my mind. I could swear that I've... No, can't think about it. Fuck it. But I feel like most of those standard maps that have been recognized as standard maps have this pattern where it's like first 4 bases in a straight line and a second layer on the second side. I mean, on the second front line. Tends to be that way a lot. Tends to be those most standard maps. Anywho, ooh, nice. I think he body blocked with the Zerglings there. Nice little move there. And now he's on creep. Boop. Gonna get that probe very easily. And Astrea's gonna try and go for that Stargate play, but you know what? Ragnarok has seen this a million times. It's not gonna have any trouble with that at all. Look at that. Going for the impact build where you finish your 3rd base at like 3 minutes. And go for that mass economy boom. Astrea. going to be using that shade, first of all, to check the third base, as you normally always do, while using your shades to try and check for the drone count. He's going to see the drone count, seems fairly normal, sees that there's 4 links, actually finishes it like an absolute madman, and I think he knows that, I mean, no matter what, those Zerglings can't catch him yet. Because it's not 3 minutes 30 quite yet. Actually using a second Adept. He's going to finish that? Yeah, it looks like he will. Whoa, he's actually not finishing that, and he wants to go for drones. Okay, that's a little bit ambitious, and he's going to get a full surround there with the Zerglings. Okay. Ooh, nice. He built that into a Spore very fast. I like it. Well played by Ragnarok so far. Oop, nice. Okay. Going for the second gateway there as well. What is going to be the tech follow-up of choice of Astrea? Looks like it is going to be an Oracle. We'll see if he wants to use that aggressively, if he wants to use that to get a third base a little bit easier. But look at that. Speed finally kicking in for these Zerglings. And he's going to check for the front right now. What can he get done? Okay, so he sees that there's a Stalker. Can't bust it quite yet. But, I mean, it's going to be his call if he wants to be aggressive or not. We'll see. Looks like no. Going into 8 more drones. Very understandably. And he's going to go into Lair as well. Does Astrea look for a third base, though? Not too sure. He's going to go into Twilight Council with the robotics facility as well. Wants to transition to that normal tech as well. That Twilight, those Twilight upgrades for his, for his gateway units, as well as some Robotech for Immortals and or Observing and or War Prisms. I think everything out of the Robo is really good. Anything. Just build anything. Look at that. War Prism. I got you, bro. War Prism first, though. That kind of indicates that you want to go for an Archon drop. I like it. I like it very much. Archons, great way to put on pressure consistently throughout the early to mid, well, actually, towards the mid-early game. I think we're still in the early game right now. Actually, no. We're in, like, almost the mid-game. In the early mid-game, there you go. The early mid-game, some Archon drops. Always a fantastic idea, no matter what meta you're in. As you do force out roaches and everything of the sort. Does Ragnarok actually see this? I think he will, though, as soon as that finishes. Yeah, he does finally see that third base, so he knows what's going on. He doesn't have to go crazy too much. Actually, using those links to try and deny the warp in. Oh, look at that. Astrea is so smart. He's like, either I can warp in here or here. And then Ragnarok's like, you're not that smart. I'm just going to bring my queens and shoot it down anyway. Finally, he's going to be able to warp in the High Templar he's always wanted. And actually canceling it by accident. Okay. Using those shades forward to try and go into the natural. I bet you he's going to finish these, though. No, he does not finish those. Very nicely played by Astrea. Ooh, but look at that. He only had the warp gates for only a singular Archon, and he's going to have to warp in some more there. They do not have the gas at the time? Not too sure. Now he's finally going to get his Archon drop. Going to be hitting around 6 minutes, so it's a little bit late for that Archon drop timing. But you know what? Better late than never. And it's never easy to actually kill it, right? Unless you have actual anti-air units. Speaking of anti-air, look at that. We've got a juicy Spire here out of Ragnarok. Just like the last game, except I'm not sure if he's going to commit very hard or if he's just going to go into Corruptors or something like that. Now, he's good. There you go. You go for a War Prism, and then you go for an Observer, so then you can actually clear some creep. Look at that, though. Those Oracles looking to see if they can get anything done. No. The Queens are in position. They will not give that up quite easily with the Spore Crawl as well to help. Are you serious? Hold on. He has to have seen it, right? Is it tagged? It's not tagged, but the thing next to it is tagged, so you can see it. He knows a Spire is on the way. What will be his reaction? If he actually notices that he tagged a Spire, that's kind of important. He tags the front army as well. But, I mean, if he saw the Spire, he sees it now. I would probably start building cannons. Okay, he notices it now. He notices that it just finished. So he probably actually did notice it. Just wants to delay those cannons as far back as possible. Because if you start them too early, well, you're kind of just losing out a little bit. All right, clearing that Overseer right there. And starting to prepare for those mutas. Going back into the Phoenix and Immortals as well. He wants to be able to deal with both at the same time. And actually getting the Hydra upgrade as well. So he wants to transition to Hydras once again. No more mutas on the way. He's going to be set with 7. Just wants to do a slight muta transition harass type thing. And from there, he wants to go definitely into Roach Hydra from there. Which is going to be a fantastic move because I don't think that Storm is even on the way. No, it's not. So Storm is going to be the ultimate counter to the Hydralisks. But I'm not sure if he's going to have it on time. Look at that. Finding a nice opening with these Mutas. Already taking care of a lot of probes. There is a cannon here. But that doesn't change the fact that these Mutas can just micro and kill a lot more probes. We got 7, 8, 9, 10 going down. 11 potentially. Now the Phoenix are finally going to catch us eventually. And the shield batteries do help immensely versus the Mutas. But he's going to have to micro that Phoenix fan really, really well if he wants to pick all of those off directly. And while he does that, look at that. He's just massing Hydras on the back of this. There's going to be a mass Hydra force coming in very, very soon. I don't know if Astrea is going to have what it takes to actually defend it. For Storm, it's not even started yet. He's still going after the Phoenix, and he doesn't realize that it's not the most committed Phoenix transition of all time, as he will soon realize because there's going to be a bajillion Hydras knocking on his front door. I don't know if he sees it quite yet. No. Oh, he barely doesn't see it. That's so many Hydras, and that's going to be such a strong attack that by the time that they arrive, Storm's not going to be ready. That's going to hurt a lot. Don't lose the War Prism! The Archon's super important. He's like, oh, really? Okay, well, there's a lot of Hydras now. I like this, though. The Stasis Wards is going to be the last clutch thing that could bring him a victory. Does he notice? He doesn't have an Overseer, so he will notice that there is nice force fields, though, blocking out a lot of the Roaches and taking care of the front line with those Archons, just melting away. I mean, those Roaches just melting away to the front Archon and Immortals. In the meantime, though, still neglecting to go for the Storm. He just wants to go for mass Immortals, it seems like, behind this. But the thing is, his economy wasn't that great behind it. He's looking... Whoa, okay, that's a random 4 Mutas. But the 4 Mutas won't really do much damage. Sending the Phoenix back to try and deal with it. And he's gonna find them. 3 versus 3. You can pretty much just queue directly. Oh, sent the Zergling forward to trigger that. Nicely done by Ragnarok. Look at that. Only 2 Roaches triggering the front Stasis Ward. And now, look at that. There's so many Hydras, and the DPS is absolutely insane right now. Going after all of these Immortals and Archons, and as soon as you lose those, that's not going to be so hard to replenish. Now the supplies are tipping insanely in Ragnarok's favor as he does reinforce with like 15 more Hydralisks. He's trying to get Storm now. I'm not sure he's going to get it on time. That's counterattack with the Zealots, though. Not going to be actually killing that base. Going to choose to recall it. Doesn't want to lose it. As you do want to use all of your time on the robotics facility to build those Immortals. You do not have time to rebuild. You don't have time to rebuild the War Prism, but you lost like 2 Phoenix. That is unfortunate right now. Storm, though, 10 seconds for finishing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it is here right now. Can you Storm appropriately? But no. Lurkers already here right now. He's going after the natural and after third base at the same time. He's doing... this position is so good. He's between the natural and the third base and the fourth base. And that is going to be the end of Astrea versus Ragnarok.